What is going on, everyone? Commodore last today, bringing to you guys my live reaction of One Piece manga chapter 962. Now, it has been 2 long weeks since the last time we sat in this chair and read the best-selling manga in history, and it's time, man. Back on the Wano greatness. Normally, I love to have the breaks myself, just for personal reasons. I can do other things on the side and stuff, but to culminate the week, to at least say that I had a good week, I need One Piece in my life. So I'm glad of the fact that we have the chapter. And I can't wait to see what's about to go down, man. Because look, last chapter we had read, we saw the greatness went down with Oden. And not only, I don't know why I missed this part a little bit when I had read it initially, but not only did Oden take down like the boar's teeth and stuff when he sliced right through, he actually sliced the thing in half. I didn't pay attention because when I saw the actual shot and everything, I saw him like jumping through like butter, just going like no problem. And I didn't notice that on the corner you can clearly see like a gap and stuff where like the mouth and the body is and stuff. So it shows that he actually was able to bisect it. So that in itself was impressive because my man was out here cutting down mountains just like a certain goat was currently doing in the present stuff back in Dressrosa. So real recognize real. But without further ado, man, let's get into it because I want to see afterwards what's going to happen in regards with Orochi and like the whole development of him being like, this almost like the stool boy, kind of like, how's the best way I can probably put it? I know the word comes to mind, but it's like he literally was just like the grunt, essentially working under Yasu. And then it's like to see that flip side where he was going from being like, the shoe shiner all the way to the guy who's getting his shoe shined, but not in the happiest of ways. He's like forcing people upon himself. That's going to be, a really awesome way to see Oda, how he's going to develop all that. And like, what made Orochi the person that he is today, seeing like, the blueprints, all of that. So I can't wait to see that, man. But without further ado, let's get into it. Let's see what's going on, man. It's been so long. All right, 962. Hopefully it doesn't crash on me, man. Sometimes other things happen to the site. All right, chapter 962, the Daimyo and his retainers. Let's see, I'm going to go back still with Dressrosa stuff that's going on. Oh, isn't that the girl from with Frankie, I think, way back in the factory and stuff when he was facing Senior Pink? Because I remember he was trying to... What in God's name is going on, bro? Those are the Marines? Bro, she is smooching the Marines. This man's face is being, like, sucked in like a vacuum. And she has the audacity to have a smile on her stomach, man. Vito's just like, hey, man, listen, bro, I'm good. I don't need that, man. I find my other entertainment district back in the West Blue. These guys are all like all knocked out. A couple of them there too on the floor. Gang Bedges Own My Family Volume 12. We stumbled upon an intoxicated vacuum kissing devil and her pursuers. Oh, man. So some of the Dolphy's people, essentially had left, were pretty much left over and stuff back in Dressrosa from before. So you gotta lock them up. You gotta lock them up, Skip. All right, Daimyo's retainers. All right, Wano Country, Hakumai. After being exiled from the capital. What? Are you really leaving, Sir Oden? We'll be free of your trouble, but it will be lonely without you. I heard that there was a beast living in Kuri. A monster by the name of Asha Doji. So we get to see the actual clash that's going to happen soon. Kuri is a cancer upon Wano. Even Lord Sukiyaki does not touch the place. Bro, he's putting it out right now. It's like a Jane and Finch situation, man. If you're in it from the 6th, man, going back like 10 years ago, Jane and Finch was basically what Kuri is. Kuri has become a haven for fleeing criminals. As soon as one crosses into Kuri, the laws of the shogunates are meaningless. That's an accurate representation right there. Although if they are not strong enough to survive in Kuri, then they are only delaying their death sentence. Kuri is so lawless and might as well not be part of this country. Interesting. I think I will take my own tour around the country. He didn't care, man. Listen, you tell him that if you walk down this block, you get shot up. He's like, all right, man, look, I want to go get my water. I don't care. I'm going to do what I want. I love this attitude. All right, let me see. This is the room he stayed in. Just look at this place. How can you make such a mess? Well, man, it's Rich Island. We should demand compensation. Well, I would rather just pretend a natural disaster passed through. This man, I don't know if he was actually getting it on and stuff with different forms of women and stuff in this place, but for him to go to this extent, he either had a wild night or he wanted his money back. That was one of the two. The money is gone. It's even funnier, man. He gave it to the girls, man. He's like, nah, I'm gonna take this guy's bag. So the money's gone. Yes, it was locked in the safe, but I hate to be a snitch. Oh boy. I saw what happened. It was Lord Oden. He stuffed all the money into the bag. So this is the start, bro, of Randall Weems of Wano, man. like I knew it. He repaid our hospitality by robbing us. Unforgivable. If Oden was responsible, he would have done it in a more spectacular manner. Are you certain, Orochi? He's like, Flint? I don't know. This is the start of what his personality was like, and Yasu was already taking hints. It's like, flinch? Yes, please forgive me. I was just too scared to stop him. I don't know. Yasu already looked at him like, nah, boy, you lying to me. And whip his ass. Unless he probably did take the money, then yeah. It's like, after leaving Hakumai, Oden and his followers caused many incidents on their way to Kuri. How long are you two going to keep following me? Forever! We adore you! Look at his face. He looks disgusted. Oh man, he's got his own bad voice and everything too. I mean, look, Kinemon Denjiro, man, look. They want to prosper under him. Like, you gotta let it be. What are you two doing? As your servants, we must stand ground. So even in the rain, like true Yakuza, they're out here in the rain. Even when it's like, you know what, it should be out, like on the porch at the very least. Now these guys are like, nah, we're chilling right outside the crib, and we're gonna hold it down. It's like, come inside already, you adults. What are you doing? I decided to keep a log. Apparently, sailors from the outside world do the same thing during their voyages. Usopp. I know I get like factor in Nami too with the maps and stuff, but more Usopp because he's always writing down his, all of it. Whenever he decides to release his notes as like one big like book or like endless volumes and stuff, right? Be a bestseller all time, man. He's gonna have a hell of a career as a novelist, like outside of piracy, once he wraps up the journey and everything, man. And so from then on, their exploits were recorded in Oden's logbook. You know what would be so cool too to see as well? That if like Luffy at some point in time ends up gaining possession of it, say like, I don't know, maybe that Hiyori ends up like finding out where exactly the logbook is, and maybe like, you know, gives it to Luffy so he can look back on some of the adventures and all that stuff. Even though he's already heard most of it from Kinemon and everything, like just to see like the day and night, the life of this man, like that actually would be really cool to see him get something like that. If the book is still obviously in circulation. In Ringo, we encountered two hungry brothers covered in filth. Yo! I see that. Wait, they're related? In Ringo, we encountered two hungry brothers covered in filth. They danced on the streets to get by, but the locals treated them scornfully. Younger brother Kikunojo, son of the former head of the Hanayanagi school, Izo. So Izo that we know, who is a division captain under Whitebeard, and of course our Kiku that we know. Yo, the Hungry Brothers, bro. What a name, yo. First I have in Kiseki with the Orient sisters and stuff, and now you're giving me right now the Hungry Brothers. I respect this EP. He's like, I learned that they were raised in a dancing school, but their family was torn apart after their father was arrested and convicted. Eat up, you little brats. Also, so it has him right there eating with them and everything too. It's like they scarfed down the Oden that we made with tears streaming down our faces. Yo. Oh, that's dope. And then at least in terms for Kiku, and even same thing with Izo afterwards, for sure has those memories, but more so for Kiku because, you know, the fact that he's with us right now in the moments, like as part of the main guys with the Red Scabbards, when you go look back to his memories and stuff, that's what's always clicking in his head, and that's why his appreciation is right there for Oden. He goes, Dude. In Kibi, there was a demon that would steal human hair. It did not matter whether his victims were dead or alive. Bro, he was out here putting people at ball. I mean, you see one dude right there like completely knocked out, but Jesus Christ. He turned out to be a weirdo who used the hair to make brushes so he could sell them to make a living. He came for my hair, so I beat him up. He's been following me ever since. Oh, it's Kanjuro. The Demon of Kibi. Okay. The Demon of Kibi, bro. What? Listen, man, we're gonna need like the actual nameplates and stuff when we go over to Onigashima for each of the Red Scabbards, because that's a Demon of Kibi. Never would have thought that a guy who probably has art that's slightly better than Togashi, he's able to have a name like that. He's like, wow, I yield. I thought you were a corpse. Man, if it was Brook, on the other hand, then that would be valid. It seems that he was persecuted in the past, but you reap what you sow. In Udon, there was rumors of a heinous mountain bandit. He would fight any man he locked eyes with and kidnap any woman. Why'd you guys keep following me? But it turned out to be Raizo. Yo. A genuine ninja who resigned from the Kozuki family's only one boss. Wait, he was part of them? When was that ever stated? That had to be like a first time thing, because I don't think even with the Shinobu and stuff, because remember it was stated that she was affiliated with them and everything too. That I did not know regarding Raizo. That's a first time thing right there. But it could also be the only one Bashu for the Kozuki family and not really the ones that are tied right now with Orochi. It could also be like, once Orochi took over, only one Bashu of the Orochi faction. So that could be the case. But okay, that's interesting. And then the former member of the Kozuki family is only one Bashu. I respect it. Lord Oden, I am sick of living in hiding like some hermit. Yo, the tears drawn out. Yo, and look at my man out here. Bro, is that a snake or the snake. I thought it was like a dragon thing, whatever. I don't know, man. He just chopped this thing's head off. He's like, here, man, I need some drip. Like the lawless land of Kuri. Kozuki Oden is coming to Kuri. The shogun's own blood, huh? I would love to kill him. Bring him to me, yes, sir. So everyone else, of course, like little kids and stuff. And I mean, again, Ashura Doji could have been like this really big kid, based on his size and stuff. And of course, time passing on and everything. But damn, he looks very similar to what he looks like pretty much still in the past. So I don't know, like how old he would be at the moment. Like anything, at least like over 50 or something at the very least. He's like, yes, sir. I hate privileged people with power the most. The unstoppable monster of Kuri. The demon of Kibi, the unstoppable monster of Kuri. I love how we're just seeing more and more of like, the rest of the Red Scabbards and how like Oden met them and stuff. Where is Sir Oden? He said he was going to relieve himself. I think he went south. I thought he said that yesterday. He often disappears for a day or two or on a whim, right? Look at all of them just having their little food and everything together. Raizo just looks so funny, man, from the side. Hey, wait a second. Kuri's in the south. What? So they realize afterwards he's going to go and try to fight Ashura Doji. How disgraceful. I swore that I would die for him, but I am too late to the battle. Look, the front gate is broken. After I broke open the gate, look at him. I was overwhelmed by the stench of blood, sweat, and corpses. It was as if an entire world turned its killing intent and directed it towards me. So you are Kozuki Oden. I was disowned. That is no longer my name. The rules there seemed simple. One is free to enter, but leaving would mean death. Tell your boss that a samurai has come. Ew. How stifling. Such an environment is unfit for humans. Bro, we're in the realm of the demons, dog. Oh, man. This is the hype right here for him. Because he was like, this is when he made himself a legend, bro, in these streets. And then, of course, like from what we know from Kinemon and everything like that, what happened to here with Ashura Doji, what went down in Korea and stuff, it's pretty much what led to him, like, change and everything for, like, the better afterwards. So it's the fact that we're seeing this right now, and he's like, already going in for the attack, never leave. That is the kind of rule I hate the And it resonates too with his whole thing about him going out to sea and stuff. Hurry, look for Oden. There is dust coming from the mountain. He must be there. Sir Oden, we are here to help. They follow me even out here. Oh man, I wish we could see the ass, but look at him. Yeah, the flexing, bro. He got arrows all over him too. Yo, sorry, I just finished up here. It took all night. I cannot believe it took that long. So this is the power of the infamous Ashura Doji, bro. He's sitting on this man. He whacked him. Regardless, I know some people will probably annoy the fact that it was off screen, but listen, the anime exists for a reason. We're gonna see the clash. But dude, not only did he come into this man's home and beat his ass, the fact that he's sitting on him in his own territory, bro. If that is not a goat, I don't know what is, man. If you have that energy to walk into somebody's house and beat them up and sit on them in their own territory, legend, man. It's like, hurry up and kill me. It was inevitable that my life would end like this. I have no regrets. So he was ready to just say, man, I'm done. Hey, you lot. Do you still adore me? I will be needing your strength and wits. I have decided that I want to become the king of these scumbags. And you just see the look on his face, how serious he is. Dude. See, okay, so the retainer from Sukiyaki. It was a hellish land filled with the stench of corpses, but Oden used his overwhelming might to round up all the ruffians of Kuri, and you see right there. So he gets a report to let him know what's going on. He's like, and turn that hell into a peaceful and prosperous place for its inhabitants. Yo, you see him like all tearing up and everything too as he shows him what's going on. And Sukiyaki's like, one God's name. Only he will be able to do something like this. He really changed that. Yo! And my boy the Fox, bro. Oh, it is prime. Yo. Oh, but I know. I hope we get to see him at least before the flashback keeps going forward in time. But dude, oh, some big people, man. The fact that we're so far like in the past and everything, the amount of people that we're gonna be seeing in this flashback. Yo, he's like, Coon. Who's he? Honestly, Things Girl, man. Hold on. Having heard of Osuru, having heard of his remarkable exploit, Shogun Kazuki Sukiyaki reversed his decision to disown Oden. He then declared his son Daimyo of Kuri. Yo, man, I wish this was like a double spread right there, but look at their faces and everything too, all happy that they are. Look at that, man. You imagine if they actually were able to take like photos and stuff at the very least of like, you know, the memories that they had. That's a photo right there that all of them are going to be proud of. But of course, based on, for if anything, as a sketch and stuff that they have within the newspapers. But yo, that's something you got to put on the frame, man. Because he saw what his son was able to do, and now it's like, yo, now we saw exactly what made him become the Daimyo of Kuri afterwards. He turned hell into heaven. Man, I can't stop with this pic, yo. This is like it just feels like, you know, when you look back at like your memories and stuff with the people that you spent so much time with and you want that redemption for them. That's basically what it'd be like if I'm Kinemo and looking at this right now. It's just remember like all the good times and everything too, man. Yo. Our very own Lord Oden is going to become Kuri's Daimyo. And we're seeing like all from basically and then the castle over there in the background too. And all the people of Kuri like just dancing all happy and everything. We did it. With this, Kuri will become a proper region. It is hard to believe that this is finally happening after all that hard work. Congratulations, Sir Oden. Daimyo, yeah. Oh, dude. Yo, look at the man. He's all happy and everything. See him tears? Or he just pulls it, but he's doing RVD. He's like, oh, damn, bro. Oh, man, yo. My man's, bro, what a legend. Man, just it feels like it's so nice just seeing stuff like this, man, because even though we had heard and talked about and stuff again with Kingdom back in like 920, but just getting to see like the overall feeling of how these people had for him and everything, man, just like, it was nice. I can't get out of my head, bro. He's doing the RVD. Let's see the next page. Is something wrong, Ashura? Well, this is the first time I have seen what peace looks like. Thank you, Oden. Enough with the sappy tie. He just goes and kicks him right in the face. He's all pissed off. He's like, although that you mention it, a daimyo requires retainers. I would rather not have some uptight officials following me. So you guys will do. You can be my samurai. Yo. Bro, he's doing like a Luffy. Like the way he's like just presents himself, facial like features, like he gave these kids like something, man. I'll let you be my samurai. And then it's like when you look back at the loss of Yasu, but them just looking back at like everything that transpired in those 20 years, man. It's like the more that we're starting to get in terms of the past and everything, it's like really trying to hit home how much this one man meant to them. Like how we learned again with Corazon and stuff with Law, how much, Corazon meant to Law. It helped shape him in his life and everything. And then seeing what this man did for all these kids and what they're fighting for, man. Like, yo. See you next page. See, Lord Oden. Get off of me. Your snot is dripping everywhere. It's like a waterfall thing, like falling on the top and everything. 6 years later and 33 years from the present. Are we about to see it? Are we about to see it? No, wait. No, it passed. I read it wrong. It says 6 years later and 33 years. Oh, it passed already. It's got to be its own special thing in Kaido's past. At the very least, it's going to be in Kaido's past. It's not gone completely. The survivors of the legendary Rocks Pirates started recruiting. They would eventually become the beacons of power for the next generation. Wano Kuri Beach. What? Are they animals? Or are they just hairy people? Orochi Nekomamushi! We're looking monsters, perhaps. Kawamatsu. Oh, freaky. Oh, that's the other chapter. Who are these two figures that have washed ashore? I mean, clear as day, it's in Orochi Nekomamushi. Oh, you see that little boat and everything too about the story, but Kawamatsu. So Kawamatsu didn't meet up with them at the time. That's like after the fact. So if anything, he met up with them and stuff during the time with Orochi Nekomamushi. So next chapter more so seeing their thing, but that's interesting. So at least 6 years after the fact, that's when they met up and everything. But I'm trying to remember, okay, because then afterwards when they went up with Roger and stuff and with the Whitebeard Pirate, well, mainly with Roger and stuff, was after the fact when they met up with Oden. Okay. But, man. I mean, it sucks that we're not going to see into the Rocks Pirates thing, but at the very least, it still gives me the idea that when we dive into what hopefully will be Kaido's past at some point in time within the arc, that's when we can see it maybe, or again, if something bigger happens with the Rocks Pirates, but oh man, those are a really nice chapter, but just see this right here, man, like, I can't wait to see like the other parts afterwards with Kawamatsu and Orochi and Nekomamushi, and not to mention too, seeing how everything's going to factor in afterwards in regards to Toki, because if we look at it right now, we still have 13 years remaining within the flashback up to the point, of Thing's death and stuff, right, with Oden. So I'm curious to know how that's gonna come into play. Like, you know, how Toki just shows up. He just shows up like this. You know what I'm saying? Like, just in thin air, he's in a brothel having a good time and stuff, and then boom, his wife just shows up afterwards. I don't know. So that's gonna be interesting. But clearly, as day, that is in Orochi and then Nekomamushi. But oh, it's gonna be so cool just seeing their interactions and stuff with them. And then it's like hits home the feeling again of what Oden had meant to them. We saw what it meant to everyone else that's there in terms of the samurai. Now we're seeing it from, you know, of course, the Minks and stuff, and then, you know, from Kawamatsu, from him. Man, yo, this is a really nice chapter. I'm gonna say for me at least is an 8 out of 10. Really enjoyable stuff there. I think definitely in the anime, I think it's gonna be a lot more presented better in terms of, like, you know, the voice acting, the OSTs, and all that. But still, really good stuff this week. Next week, I just assume we're going to see, you know, from the Kawamatsu and Arashi and Nekomamushi standpoint, and maybe dive into either seeing Toki right away or getting to see, like, you know, Roger and Whitebeard potentially show up afterwards at some point in time. But regardless, man, look, Wano's going in. I'm enjoying right now what I'm seeing from the flashback, and considering the fact that time has passed in 6 years, you have to imagine that something big's going to go down really, really soon. That's going to lead to the events of what transpires at the end of Oden's demise and stuff. So, but yeah, good chapter this week. Let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below in regards to this week's chapter of One Piece. Did you guys enjoy it? Did you not? If there's anything in the chapter that you noticed that you want to talk about that I didn't mention too much into the chapter itself, let me know down in the comments. Like the video if you enjoy. Subscribe to the channel if you guys are new here. If you want to be part of the weekly experience when it comes to my coverage of the One Piece manga week in and week out. Subscribe if you haven't already. Click on the bell, Shandora, stay up to date with everything that goes on the channel. With that being said, next week, 963. We in here, man. Oden season, Wano season. We move. Commodore last signing off. Thank you so much for watching. And as always, take care. Going crazy, yeah, we going crazy.